stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand. Two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Noles ready to get this thing started and open the season. Looking for blockers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The offense lining up for a first down play. Pulls it, fired complete. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint. The ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
Offense has it at the 28 on first down. They'll run the option. Now the toss. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And you're going to hear this guy's name a lot. They're going to ride the big fella. He's such a stud. They're going to build the offense around him. This is just game one, but you're going to get a lot of big runs from this guy.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Got it set up on the outside. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
There's a lot of different ways this offense can attack you throwing the ball. One of them is getting the running back going. And the screen is a great way to get him lathered up and get the defense starting to think about him a little bit more now.
They'll line up for a second down play. They'll run it to the right. Breaks the tackle. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
They'll toss it to the left. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the first down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
From the 30-yard line on first down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he breaks into... Got some room, entered to the goal line. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They weren't going to let him loose again after that big play. This time they knock him down behind the line.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Quarterback Steve trying to power his way ahead for a few. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road. You know, this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players. And we've seen that before. There was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking for his man. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
I think the wide receiver needs to do a better job making it look like he's going deep. He never got the cornerback that time to turn his hips, and because of it, he couldn't separate, and the ball got swatted away incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10 from the 15. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Third and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick strike complete. Creates a little space. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
He's going to take off. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. How about this dude going off script for the Noles? Not necessarily known for his running ability.
Hey, make plays when they're there, right? I think that's one of the most important qualities of a quarterback is being able to make the right decision at the right time. And listen, they've had some great ones at Florida State. Looking for that next great one to take them over the top.
Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Noles! Now that's the way to bail out the rest of the team. Start with bad field position, put together a drive anyway.
And very confident. You could see the quarterback just had a bit of a swagger, Reese. He was like, look, all right, we're starting deep in our own end. Special teams didn't help us out, but we can fix that right now, fellas. And they went out and looked so good on that last drive.
And the extra point was good. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. He'll ride his man on the option. The pitch. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
And I don't care if I get him by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. As the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
I'll tell you, when I hear Texas football, I think about Bevo and I think about great running backs, man. Earl Campbell, Ricky Williams, Jamal Charles, Bijan Robinson. This dude seems like he's the next guy in that long list of game breakers at the position. He's got everything you look for in a great running back.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And not much running room. He had to break a tackle and still break another tackle to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Not good blocking on the play.
But that's what coaches always emphasize, too. Never assume a teammate's going to make the tackle. You run to the ball, and they did it there.
100%, especially guys that are so big and strong and elusive nowadays. They're going to break tackles. Keep swarming, keep hitting them. Next guy, don't assume the tackle's going to be made.
They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
And they run the option, and that had no chance. And the QB, you could tell something was a little bit messed up, and he starts to run. It goes nowhere. Defense swarms him. That is the play that we don't want to run again.
Got some work to do on second down after that last one. They need 13. On the option. He'll toss it. Running to Green. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution. He now has 63 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver shows motion. To the ground with the back. Just buried it. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
They'll run it on first and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Texas! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole or slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, let's recap that top 5 matchup that just went final moments ago. Oregon was anything but dominant today, but the Ducks are going to leave Autzen Stadium winners. A lot to work on, no question, but they avoid one in the L column. A top 5 clash and a thoroughly impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. He just took it the entire length of the field, end to end, coast to coast, nationwide for the touchdown.
And how about the fans in the stands going, no, 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 take a knee, no, yes, 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 yes. Over 100 yards to the kickoff return. Nice job taking that end zone, making a huge play.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup. He went for it. He attacked it. Got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Still running at the 40. Oh, look out. There he goes. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down.
That's got to make you feel good offensively. The first game of the year, and early you're able to break off a long run. We know for them, they take pride in their ability running the football, and they're getting that established early this season.
The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. Motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
And the Longhorns get enough to move the chains. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Goes to the option. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Fires to the end zone, and that ball is picked off. He'll try to take it back. Crosses midfield. Inside the 30. He gets the pick, but not the pick six, as they're able to run him out of bounds and limit the damage to wrap up the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Longhorns will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got a little room. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown Seminoles.
And he's in for the second score of the game. My goodness. Note to self. Kickoff team. Don't kick it to him anymore. Squib it. Kick it to the other guy. Just don't let that guy touch it again.
PAT unit on the field. Oh, and the extra point is blocked. That's a live ball. He can take it back for 2. After all that, it winds up even better than they could have imagined as they get the 2-pointer. They're lining up for the kickoff, and let's see if this return team can answer with a score of its own. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. On 4th down, trying to find his man. He's got it down the left. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now fresh.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Each play has a life and history of its own. And you want to talk about 2 opposite plays? Offense grabs momentum, defense takes it back.
And the game's always like that. It's back and forth. Sometimes they get you, sometimes you get them. Nice job by the defense being ready for the next play. Don't worry about the play before where you gave up some yards. Nice job answering and getting the tackle for a loss with the sack.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Well, part of making the running back screen work is you really have to sell it, and you got to let that pass rush get upfield and throw it at the last possible second. And wow, man, he got lit up on that one.
He did. Great toughness, but man, there's nothing worse than being a defensive lineman. You think you beat the offensive lineman so quick, and you're so good, and then you realize he let you right up the field. And they were throwing a screen right behind you. Nice execution by the offense.
The Longhorns are moving quickly down the field. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Sayers. And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? No, I just lost yards on a screen play. How does that happen?
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception in the last possession. You could tell breaking on the football really, really well, seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it, almost had another interception.
Now on the option. Now the pitch. Nice move to stay on his feet. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
You got to feel good for this kid, too. He worked so hard this past offseason to put himself in position to be the starting running back, and he's got a lot of skill, guys. He's got speed, open field running ability. I think he's going to be a big part of the offense this season.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, you know what, let his talent do the rest.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
They got the touchdown, but now they want the 2 to tie this baby up. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. After the touchdown, if they could get this 2, we'll have a tie ball game. On the option. Oh, there's always football on the bad pitch. Now the defense has got it, and they're going the other way. The 50. The 40.
Oh, and that play had a chance to be a 4-point swing in this one. The defender recovered the fumble, and it looked like he was off to the races. He had people blocking for him. Great hustle, though, by the offense, stopping him inside their own 20-yard line and preventing 2 points for the other team.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Handoff from the gun. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1. Trying to pick up a first down. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Grabbed behind the line. It's Coleman Hope. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Gonna run it. It's Coleman Hope. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Here's a quick throw out to the left. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. A 3rd and long coming up here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Seminoles will send out the punt unit. The punters have had the day off up to this point, first one of the game. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. First down here for the offense. Wide out in motion. Running to the left. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. Defense fills those gaps. He's got one to the 28. Here they come, trying to convert a third and short from the 28. They'll try to power their way ahead. Nice move to pick up yardage. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Small game, I know. But again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
This defense will try to force a fourth down on third and short from the 45. To the ground to try to move the chains. And the Longhorns will have a first down.
Third and inches, everybody knows what's coming, but it's so dang hard to stop it. You better get penetration to that defensive line. They didn't do a good enough job. Running back falls forward and does his job.
They have just bloodied their nose on this drive, all on the ground. It's first and 10. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they're trying to go toss to get to the perimeter, but how about the DBs beating their blocks and using their speed to get upfield and create the negative play?
After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys playing with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field. You're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. What a snag by the defense. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
It's not always the sacks on the quarterback, right? You just want to affect him. You want to get to his legs. And if you can smash him, even better. Hit him in the face, make that ball float up in the air, creates the turnover, creates the big play. Momentum shift for the defense.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. And the Noles headed quickly to the line.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. Oh, the ball popped out. That's a way to mess up a drive. Oh, and he's able to get it back. Good thing for him. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Oh, they are breathing a sigh of relief after that recovered fumble. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25.
And you just get the feeling that this defense has to find a way to get off the field and get the football back at this juncture of the game, trailing late if they're going to win.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a 1-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. The Seminoles have this offense rolling. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves to change for the 1st down.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And I think my thought process needs to be points are good. Because if I get a field goal here, that's fine. I take the lead by more than a field goal. They got to go the length of the field. But I also want to run this clock, let it continue to work. But the goal is to get a touchdown. So let's see what this offense dials up next.
They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
The old coaching cliche, go win or no every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season. But 1-0, that's where you wanted to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the